If you want being lean, strong, and confident your normal, let me show you how I've been able to do it and achieve this transformation so you can too. About 8 years ago, I was the opposite of what I am right now. I was not disciplined at all. I had a very unhealthy lifestyle and I was gaining body fat. I did not feel confident in who I was. I was partying and drinking all the time and I was not in an exercise routine at all. I kept making excuses like I didn't have the time or I wasn't worthy of the weight loss, and I would also avoid the scale altogether because I couldn't even stand to see the number that I had gained. But the good news is you can rewire your brain to be successful along your fitness journey. It's not going to happen overnight, but it will never happen unless you take action today. So let's talk about 3 common struggles that women face when trying to tone up or get leaner. Number 1, they try something very, very restrictive. They try to cut out carbs, or they do something like 75 hard when they're first starting their fitness journey and not in a healthy routine. They're doing hours and hours of cardio a week or working out 6 to 7 days per week. They just burn themselves out and can't stay consistent. They go from 0 to 100 real quick. Number 2 is they try random things that they see online. They're doing random YouTube workouts, random TikTok video workouts. And I know this because this is exactly what I used to do. Maybe you see a fitness influencer's what I eat in a day and you want to eat like that because you think you're going to look like her. Honey, that is not the truth, okay? You need something that's going to be custom to you. And number 3, the third struggle is actually internal. This stems from a fear of failure. A lot of women will self-sabotage without even knowing it because they truly don't believe that they are capable of success, or they're afraid of what success looks like. They're afraid of setting themselves to a higher standard because they're not sure if they will be able to maintain that higher standard and that new lifestyle long term. This is why I created Align Fitness, because we simplified the approach for all of our clients. We give them the exact game plan that we need, how much food to eat, what workouts to do, giving them the mental and physical support along the way. And that's how our clients have been able to get results like this. My client Lisa is a principal and she is getting lean and toned. She is not doing anything extreme. She's not doing any cardio, and she's not cutting out carbs or limiting foods that she loves. And my client Sarah, who's an occupational therapist, she's down over 40 pounds. She's getting leaner and more toned every single week. And she's only working out 4 days per week and doing something that fits within her busy schedule. So let's talk about how you can rewire your brain to make fitness feel effortless. I can promise you that when I first started my fitness journey in 2017, it was way harder for me to stay consistent than it is now, but it's because I've created a whole new lifestyle with new habits and a new identity. It is not hard for me to stay consistent now because it's just a part of who I am. If you're always saying things like, I wish this was easier, I wish this felt easier, guess what? It can, but not if you keep letting your brain run on excuses. The truth about the beginning of your fitness journey is that it is going to be hard and it's going to be uncomfortable. Change is scary and change is uncomfortable, especially if you have been struggling for months or years before this. Your brain wants to keep you in your comfort zone because that's what feels safe. But the false security of your comfort zone holds you back from all of your goals and the dream body that you want. Compare it to learning a new skill, like when you first started to learn how to drive, or when you were a kid and you were first starting to learn how to brush your teeth. It was uncomfortable at first, but now it's second nature. You don't even have to think about doing those things. Rewiring your brain is key. Your habits are just repeated patterns in your brain. If you have a habit of sleeping in and not waking up early, or you have a habit of skipping your workouts when you feel tired, or you have a habit of snacking and eating junk food when you're bored or stressed out, those are all habits that can be changed over time if you create new patterns in your brain. Right now, if your pattern is I'm too tired, or I don't feel like it, or I'll start on Monday, that's what your brain defaults to, and that's why you cannot stay consistent. But when you start showing up and pushing through that resistance, even when it's hard, now you start creating new patterns that make consistency automatic. You also need to start tracking your data. And what I mean by that is, yes, weighing yourself, taking your measurements, taking your progress photos. I used to be that person who would avoid the scale. I deleted my first progress photos, but I learned that running and hiding from my problem was not doing anything to solve it. Measurement creates visibility. If you want to keep weight on, then don't weigh yourself. If you want to lose weight, then weigh yourself, because you're more conscious of the data. You're more conscious of your weight. If you go months or years without weighing yourself or taking your progress photos, you're not actually paying attention to what you need to improve. But by weighing yourself every day, or taking your measurements every week, or taking your progress photos every week, you are putting more energy and focus and effort there. And there's been studies done on this, that just by measuring and tracking something, you're more likely to improve that thing. This is why so many people will track their spending if they have a savings goal or a budget goal. You need to shift your perspective perspective from hard to effortless and realize that it will come when you continue to show up for yourself, even when it's hard. At first, it's honestly a fight. When I first started my fitness journey, I hated the gym. I would procrastinate and I would go way late at night because it was the last thing I wanted to do. I would skip workouts, I would take naps instead, and I absolutely hated working out. But now I honestly feel like crap if I don't work out. I need to get my workouts in because they make me feel good. It's so good for my mental health. It helps me become a better version of myself. And I feel more lazy, tired, and crappy when I'm not fueling my body correctly and when I'm not showing up to my workouts. You need to get yourself to that place where you literally crave the healthy lifestyle. And you will get there, but you have to continue pushing. You can't quit or give up the second it gets hard or when you're not seeing results. Now, if we want to rewire your brain to make getting lean and toned feel easy and effortless, we need to reshape and reframe your beliefs that you have right now about yourself. It's not just about macros and workouts. It's about how you feel deep down internally. If you have a belief that you are not worthy of that, or you will never look like that, or looking like that is impossible for you, then you will continue to self-sabotage without even knowing it. And this is why you get stuck in that cycle year after year of not making any changes. I was having a conversation with someone a few weeks ago, and they wanted to lose body fat, but they were falling off track on the weekends or going a bit over their calorie intake. So I told them, let's try to fit that meal out inside of your calories. And this person said, well, if I do that, then I'm just going to binge. I'm going to restrict myself so much that I'll just go way over my calories. That is an example of a very limiting belief that this person had about themselves. If you have these beliefs about yourself, your brain will start looking for evidence that will prove that this is true. One of the biggest things that holds women back is not their schedule, their workouts. It's truly their limiting beliefs that they have about themselves. Again, if you constantly tell yourself, I'll never look like that, or I'm not built for this, or this doesn't fit within my lifestyle, or my family has always been overweight, your brain is actively looking for evidence to prove that those beliefs are true. So that's all you're going to see. But the good news is you can rewire your brain and reframe these limiting beliefs. So here are a few mindset shifts to help you break through these limiting beliefs. Number one, I have to be perfect. You're gonna shift this to progress beats perfection. You don't need to be perfect and hit your macros every single day perfectly and never miss a workout in your entire life in order to see results. Honestly, if you're 80 to 90% compliant, you will still see great results. The women who see amazing transformations in their physiques and in their lives are not the ones who are perfect. They are the ones who are consistent. And a lot of people get this wrong in that being consistent means being perfect, and that is so far from the truth. Being consistent means that you have bad days, you make mistakes, but you get up the next day and you keep trying and you never give up on yourself. Second mindset shift is I have to eat less to look better. Sometimes this is true for some people, but it can also be a very restrictive headspace to be in when it comes to your nutrition. We need to view food as fuel. So a great shift in your mindset for this one is fueling my body makes me stronger. Yes, it is true that you need to be in a calorie deficit to lose body fat, but this doesn't have to be just with food. You can also create a deficit through your energy expenditure, aka burning more calories throughout the day, and also working on healing your metabolism through reverse dieting. I've actually had several clients, like my client Julie and my client Emily here, who have lost weight and got leaner and lost body fat while eating more food. This is because I was coaching them through a reverse diet. So they were both eating 23 to 2,500 calories per day, over 300 grams of carbs per day, and continuing to drop weight because they were actually fueling their bodies properly this time. So it's not always about eating less, it's about eating right. Third mindset shift is I'll never have that body to I can become the best version of myself. Now, you don't need to try and look like the past version of you or someone online, a fitness influencer. A lot of the times I'll see people compare themselves to what they looked like a few years ago before they had kids or when they were in high school or college. And I used to do that to myself too. But you have to remember, we are not trying to go backwards. You're not trying to become a past version of you. You are trying to become a version of you that you've never been before, the best version of you. So all you need to do is just look forward and never look back. Fourth mindset shift, I have to do more. I have to do more workouts to I need to train smarter. It is not about doing 6 to 7 workouts per week. In fact, I even think 5 workouts can be excessive for some people. It's not always about doing more exercises, more cardio, more workouts. That might be true for some people. If you're going from not working out at all, obviously you're gonna have to do more workouts, but you don't need to go to a huge extreme. In fact, most of our clients on our team work out 3 to 4 days per week and have 0 cardio and are still getting amazing results. It's about the quality of your workouts, having an intention in your workouts, not just doing more. At the end of the day, your thoughts drive your actions. So if you can change your beliefs, you will change your actions. I show up for me and I wake up early and I chase my goals because I believe in myself. I know what I'm capable of. I didn't have this belief though a few years ago. And if you don't believe in yourself right now and you don't have confidence in yourself right now, then all you need to do is start taking action towards your goals, because this is how you build confidence in your capabilities. The reason you don't feel confident is because you can look back and see all the times you gave up or all the past failures or the times that you quit. But the good news is you have the power to change that. It is your decision to keep pushing on. You make the decision to quit or you make the decision to keep pushing forward. And this time you can look back and see all the mistakes you made, the bad days you had, but you're still here, you're still in the game, and you're still pushing. So stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting until your life is perfect and you're not as busy, because that time is never going to happen. If you really want real results and you want to rewire your brain to be successful and make your fitness journey feel effortless and just become a part of who you are, that means you're going to have to get up and push through the hard days. You're gonna have to do this when you're busy, when you're stressed out, when you have a lot on your plate, when your life is chaotic. Welcome to life. You're never going to have a perfect life, and that means there's never going to be a perfect time to do this. If you want to build that confidence in yourself, you need to do this year round, no matter what season of life you are in. You can do hard things. You need to start changing your beliefs, start believing in yourself, and push through those hard days. If this was helpful, make sure you subscribe. But if you want to learn the 5 mistakes that most women make when getting lean and toned, then click on this next video here.